Yo, what's going on, GMG, man? Hope everybody's having a good one. Just bringing you this real quick video on how to find support and resistance. What is support resistance? Simplest way I could put it is that's your floor and your ceiling. All right, and I'll draw it right now just to kind of make that real easy for you guys. So right here we have Tesla, and Tesla. I've been fucking with Tesla for a while, so I'm a little bit familiar with its levels, but let's dig into like what I could see right here, right? So right now, looking at the chart, it's just a whole lot going on, right? The first thing I like to do is find like a run up. So we're a little bit behind, as in like today we're all the way over here, on the 29th, but like this area back here is back in, it looks like January. But it's a good area to show you, right? So for a good resistance, you guys see all this right here. Right before all this happened, we had this run up, big run up, kept running, and then boom, it stopped right here, started going sideways. That right there is my first line of resistance, right? You could put it right here at the top of this wick, right? But I like to get a lot of touches, right? And what I mean by touches is if I could just sneak in here, kind of get it like, let's say right here, boom. If we zoom in on it, we have this candlestick that hit the yellow line, crossed a little bit above it, came back down. And then we have all these that went sideways. This next one hit it, went up, came back down. This next one right around it, hit it. It actually closed above it, but then the next day we're underneath it again. But that's a touch. This right here didn't necessarily touch, but looks like a touch, not close enough. And the same for these two. So that area, 880 bucks. Bunch of bounciness up and down. I mean, it even dropped all the way down to 820. So 880, 820, you know what I'm saying? 880 is a resistance. We couldn't get past that. Like we did with a couple of these candles right here, but like we couldn't hold above it and we ended up dropping. So that's a strong level of resistance. That's why we marked that. One thing I do want to say though, your lines of resistance, support and resistance, could be different from somebody else's lines of support and resistance, even if they're on the same ticker. So there is no right or wrong when you do this, right? I can have this at 881 and there could be another guy next to me have it at 882.50 and say that that's a better resistance or support. You know what I mean? It's all up to you. But it's very close, right? Everyone that's looking at the same shit, they're getting somewhere around this area, right? Because it resisted around this area, whether it's 881 or 882. The shit don't matter. You just know that right around this area you got some resistance. Now that's resistance, right? Because we're on our way up and we're hitting a line that's pushing us back down. So that's your ceiling, that's your resistance. On its way down, we notice that it falls, it keeps on falling, boom, stops right here, right? So from this big drop, I would put a line right here at the bottom of this, and then you see we fell, hit that, and if you look back far enough, we have some touches to that yellow line, right? So this red candle hitting this spot and then turning around and going up, it wasn't random. All right, that hit a spot that we hit before right here. These candles right here hit it. So this is your floor, this is your support. Resistance is your ceiling. We're having trouble breaking above this, we fell, and then now this is your floor, we hit this. We could have multiple levels. Like if you see right here, I like this one too, right? Because on the way down from this initial run up, we were coming down and this candlestick hit it, right? Boop, and then it came back up, but then it fell back down and hit this down here. So here's a piece of your floor, here's some support, but we broke down, and now here's your other support. And that's how we play it. Support doesn't mean it's not gonna break down. It's just if it does, where's the next area, right? So if this right here didn't bounce right here, where else would it have fell to? Well, I look back at all this area right here, and if you see, boom, that line right there, we broke up above it, came back down, but you see we have a touch. We have two touches right here, bing, bing, couple touches here, came down, came back up, more touches right here. This little area right here has got a good amount of like they're not all of them are touching, but they're close. Came back down, came back up, boom, an exact touch right here, fell right down, and then finally we came up, We struggled right here, and I say struggle because you see a big, this red candlestick means it hit and then it fell. The next day we broke above it, took off, right? So we have 3 taps and then it broke through. That was a strong resistance, right? Resistance, resistance, resistance. Resistance becomes support once you cross it. So since we crossed above that, this bottom line now is our support. And if we would have broke down right here in this area, I would have been like, all right, bet. Broke down right here. My next target is maybe bouncing off this 463 and going back up. Or we hit it and crash a little more. And then you just keep going down. If we hit that and went down, then we would be looking for another area where we could possibly bounce, find other areas like this. But that's pretty much it, man. Support and resistance is levels, and then here, I'll find another, let's say support for you guys, right? Like right here, we broke up above this yellow line. It was resistance, boop, came down, boop, 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 broke above it, and then you see all this sideways movement. That's usually where I find my areas, right? Like as soon as I start seeing this sideways movement like that, put a line right there. We noticed we couldn't get past that, and we fell. And even right here, we broke above it, and instantly more sideways movement. So I'll put another line right there. We're trapped in this area. You know what I mean? And that's it. And it's a big price difference. 722 and 693. Like that right there is a pretty good trading channel. Like if you wanted to get calls and puts, like calls, puts, or just watch this area. It's a good area to watch. But when using support and resistance, I don't use that to get in and out of my trades. This is just levels I like to watch, right? If I think it's going to go above this right here, and it finally did go above it, and then, something based on the strat tells me to get a call, then that's just 2 things that tell me to get a call. One was that we broke out of a support or resistance, right? We had a resistance, we broke above it. That's bullish. And then if I get a bullish entry based on the strat, then that just helps me with making a decision to get a call. So well, that's pretty much it when it comes to support and resistance. It's your floor and your ceiling. Keep it real simple. If a stock is struggling to get above a price, that's your ceiling. It's struggling to get above it. Usually multiple touches means struggling, not just one day. So you guys see right here, we got all these candles right here that just were sitting sideways. We couldn't get past that. Same thing going down. If you're on your way down and you see some bouncing, and you see like this came, boop, bounced right off that. That's your support, man. You can use that for had we came back up and we're coming back down right around here. You'd be watching to make sure that this is going to come down, hit this yellow line, and then go back up. But it went back up before that. So, but either way, that's it. As always, you guys, if you guys have any questions on this stuff, man, just hit me up in the Discord. I answer any and all questions on this shit. This stuff is pretty important. But again, it's not my entry and my exits. So any questions on this, hit me up, man. Till then, y'all have a good one. Peace.